Okay, welcome everyone. I'm sure we'll have more coming in. That's usually what happens. But before we start, I have a couple of announcements for you. We have a series of AI workshops starting. This is going to start in February. So here's the QR code to register. This is with Nevada SBDC. It's going to be a five or six series of AI workshops. It's about marketing. So I would highly recommend you to register for that.
Is it in person?
I'm sorry?
Is it in person?
In person, also, it's a hybrid one. So it's going to be in person at Blackfire location. I don't know if you've ever seen it or if you've ever been. It's on West Sunset at UNLV's Office of Economic Development Center, Blackfire Innovation Center. But it's going to be also hybrid as well, so online too. But I will highly recommend you to come in person and see our offices as well. And then we also have a core club mastermind starting. This is a free membership, and this is a mastermind starting with educators and mentors from different organizations in Las Vegas, like SBDC, SCORE, Veterans Business Office, different chambers. So mentors and educators came together and formed this mastermind, and it's a free mastermind. There are going to be trainings, there are going to be networking events about funding, business plans, marketing, government contracts, different types of trainings going to be involved. Also, you're going to have a membership portal, a course portal that you're going to get access to, and this is supported by these different organizations as well. It's a extra resource for you guys, a training resource for you guys. So I would highly recommend you to join this extra resource as well. We thought it is really necessary for our community, Las Vegas, to have this resource as extra training and extra networking. And we thought, there are different trainings, but there's no necessarily a portal for people to, come together and network, like a membership portal. For instance, like a group, right? There are Facebook groups and things like that, but we don't have anything for our community. Or there's nothing for you to go in and find these courses or the trainings to go back and really watch it again, or tutorials or things like that.
Yeah, it's all random networking groups and stuff.
Exactly. So this is going to be something that is, that everybody can go in and find information, or everybody can go and network, or you're going to be able to post your business events, or if you have an offer for your business, you're going to be able to post it there, and the Las Vegas community will be able to see it and such. So that's why I think we think it's important for that. So it's a free membership group too, so we think it's a good initiative that's going to start soon. So
Awesome.
Thank you. All right, so let's start. Today we're going to be talking about how to book appointments in your sleep with AI, how to generate leads from social media and book appointments. And this training, Innovation Essentials, is brought to you by UNLV's Office of Economic Development Center and Nevada SBDC. We are your business advisors, and we are federally funded by SBA, Small Business Administration, and partially funded by UNLV's Office of Economic Development Center. We say that we are your tax dollars at work. This is how our government invests in small businesses. So we are basically giving you business advice and helping you grow your business from the ideation stage all the way to growth stage. And this is business advice at no cost to you, so please utilize us. You can go to nevadasbdc.org and request advising at no cost to you. You will create an account. It's going to say become a client. You will create an account. and answer the questions, and you'll be paired up with an advisor depending on what you need help with. It could be you just have an idea, and we can help you with that idea come to life. We can help you with forming your business, get your LLC, S Corp, your entity. We can help you with your business plans. We can help you with getting funding, loans, looking at grants. We can help you with your marketing strategy. We can help you design your website. We have our marketing interns who can design your website for you. We can help you with hiring employees or operations if you don't know how to get into manufacturing or trades or government contracts or things like that. Anything you need help with, we can help you. Or even if you're in the growth stage or you want to scale, right? We can help you with those things. So please utilize us, use us. We're here to help you. All right. Oh, did you want to come in? Sorry. Let me see if you couldn't open it. Did you want to come in?
Sure.
So I don't know if...
I don't want to interrupt.
No, come in. I don't know if it didn't open. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Come on in. You're welcome. Come on. So this was our first announcement. We have a AI Marketing Essentials workshop is starting next month. So you can get the QR code and apply for that. Register for that. And this is our core club. It's a new training membership, free training membership and networking program. And yes, how to book appointments in your sleep from social media, get leads from social media, and how to book appointments, right? So a lot of the times we see business owners thinking that we're going to post on social media and start getting sales, start getting clients, right? And this is one of the biggest misconceptions. Because there's so much noise on social media, right? And social media is just the top of our funnel. Social media is where we post our offer or post about our business or product or service and say, hey, here we are, this is what we have. And mostly it's for brand awareness and visibility, right? And if you think about it, when we see something on social media, we don't just click and buy it the first time we see it, right? And a lot of the times, seeing a very unique product and service is very few. Like, it's very hard to find these days. It's going to be a product or service that is going to be saturated. We've already seen something like that. So it's going to take us a while a lot of times for us to see it, understand the difference. Why should I buy from you and all of that, right? So this is a funnel. This is a whole journey for us. And the top part is our social media. Bunch of noise, bunch of people, bunch of content here. So what we want to do is, this is social media. This is where we book appointments and talk to our ideal clients in order to make a sale or in order to get that client to, get our service. How can we get people from here, seeing our content, get down to here, booking an appointment with us? So there's so many different touch points we need to make with people. We need to create with people. Now, back in the days when I was in school, right, they used to tell us, and I was in school back in '99, that tells my age, but they used to tell us, this is before even digital marketing, they used to tell us that you need to create like 7-8 touch points with people in order to make a sale. And how did you used to make a sale before? You would go meet a person in person, and then you would call them. You would meet them again, you would call them again, you would meet them again, you would build this relationship, right, either in person or on the phone, and create these touch points, build this relationship. So now, what we're trying to do in digital marketing is to duplicate that, right, old school building relationship in person or on the phone, to duplicate that relationship in digital marketing in digital ways. But now, because there's so much content and so much saturation online, our attention span is also so short, right? We need to create a lot more touch points than the 7 times that they used to tell us. So what does touch point mean? Not necessarily just people seeing our content, but people actually engaging with our content. So it's not necessarily just see the views that we see or the impressions we see, but people actually liking, sharing, commenting, DMing, actually seeing that they did something with that content. Those are touch points, right? So that's why we gotta do lots of things with these contents other than just creating an image and saying something on social media or just posting a video on social media. In order to make that content perform, first to be seen by the right people, and then those right people to actually engage with that content. And once they engage with that content, those people to actually say, aha, is this really for me? And then those people to become a lead. Once they become a lead, to demand that. And then when they demand that, actually consider to buy that, right? There's so many different steps to it. So how can we do these things? That's what we're going to talk about now. By the way, as I am going through the content, if you have questions, please let me know. You don't have to wait until the end. So, why random content doesn't work? A lot of the times we see, businesses creating generic content, or even agencies, right? I also have my digital marketing agency, it's AI automation agency, and we train marketing agencies, we train marketing departments of other businesses as well. But I also have clients come to me and say, hey, I hired an agency, we're paying all this money, but we're still not getting clients or leads. The reason why is because that agency is creating brand awareness content. They're not really creating lead generation content, or they're not really working with lead generation strategies. Those are completely different strategies, right? So when you hire a agency to create social media content for you, they're going to create educational content, entertaining content, inspirational content, things like that. And you'll see, if you go on YouTube or if you take a course for social media or digital marketing course, right, you'll hear this a lot: educational content, entertaining content, inspirational content. But think of it this way. If I created inspirational content, let's say, and generically, right, social media content, when they create, they make a 1 month worth of content, and they will show you, is this good? And you approve it, and then they put it on a calendar, and then they start posting it. So let's say I created some inspirational content, given inspirational quotes, great graphics, and things like that. Why should I buy from you just because you gave me inspiration? I could have found inspirational quotes on Google, on ChatGPT, right? Or let's say educational content. I gave you tips in my content, right? I'm giving you great tips on my content. But again, why should I buy from you just because you gave me tips? Could I not find these tips on Google? Information is for free, right? It is. Or I could have bought a course that could have taught me these tips. So why should I buy from you? That's why we need to have different strategies and tactics to make people understand what is our difference and how we can help them to make them buy from us, right? Or how our product can help them to make them buy from us. So just because we're giving them education, entertainment, or inspiration doesn't mean that they're going to buy from us. Oh, great, I'm entertained, I'm educated. But I could have had that from other places too. So how can we do that? And that's why posting random content doesn't attract customers or generate leads, right? This is the reason why, sorry, it's a little bit blurred here, but we need to have a structured approach here. So here we need to have first awareness content, right? This is what we call a AIDA model. First, awareness, and then interest, and then this is kind of different, but awareness, evaluation, engagement, conversion. On the next one, I'm gonna show you here. Awareness, interest, desire, and action, right? So first, we're gonna have to make them aware of our brand, and then we're gonna get them interested in it, and then we are gonna create desire, and then we're gonna make them take action, right? So at each step, we're gonna need to follow this model. So, what do we do while we're creating social media content as agencies or content creators? In order to make a piece of content perform, first we gotta do market research. We gotta look at, let's say I'm gonna create, for instance, from let's say from my agency, we're gonna create content about AI in marketing, right? First, I wanna search for all the videos that are top performing in AI and marketing on social media. So I can research about what is performing. I gotta look at the videos. What type of videos are performing? What type of copy performing, the script on the video, also the captions on the video, right? And the copy on the video. And I gotta look at the hashtags that are performing, the keywords that are performing. Is it a video that is a talking head video? Is it a video that is generated with a B-roll? It is a video that is generated by graphics, right? Moving graphics. What type of video is this? So I gotta understand what is really performing the best way. Or what type of strategies are just, is there trending sounds? Are there different effects or filters so I can understand what is performing the best? And then once I decode this video or carousel or image, whatever it is, once I decode this, now I need to edit it in a way that is gonna fit for my brand, right? So I'm gonna kind of make the similar video, but with my take on it, right? So then, now the editing process, the video, the copy, the script, the hashtags, the editing process of it. And then, of course, we write it, we edit it. And then I'm gonna have to manage this video because maybe I'm not the only one creating it. If I'm an agency or if I have a marketing department, then I'm gonna assign the video to someone, assign the copy to someone, assign the editing process to someone, assign the management process to someone, right, in my department. Now I need different tools for these things, and I need different departments for these things. And then I'm gonna schedule it, so I need another tool for that, scheduling tool, and I need to publish it, right? So all of these tools, all of these different processes, managing the project, and all of that. So now, there are ways you can automate this, right? The more you automate, the more generic it's gonna be. And the more generic it is, the more automated it is, the less performance you're gonna get out of it. Because the platforms want more manual content, more original content, right? So the more you humanize it, the better it's gonna perform. So there is the catch-22. When you give it to an agency, if they're creating a generic content, if they're giving you a whole month of content, and if there's not much strategy in it, you can't expect it to perform that much. But if they're really working on the strategy and doing it themselves as the person, right, then it's going to probably perform better. But you got to look at the strategy.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught in that loop of when you're decoding to follow the same pattern.
Yes.
Too closely, and then anybody that's watching, the user, it becomes more noise as they scroll.
Yes, yes.
If you're not speaking the brand language accurately.
And you got to give variety. You can't keep doing the same thing. It has to have a variety, and it has to follow a different structure depending on what objective you want out of it, right? Do you want them to sign up for a thing? Do you want them to, do you want them to comment? Do you want them to follow you? Do you want them to, what action do you want them to take? Depending on that, there needs to be a structure. And then before you want them to actually take an action, again, we're going to have to go through those steps because they're going to have to get used to you first. Even if you want them to say, hey, go to the link on my bio, before I know you, why should I go to the link in your bio, right? First, I got to be aware of you, and then I got to be interested in you, and then I got to desire it, and then I'm going to go to the link in your bio. So it's not just to book a call with you, but before I even go to the link in your bio, I still got to follow that awareness, interest, desire, and action steps, even in the social media content. So it's a process.
Yeah, you'd be lucky to get the follow first, or someone dropping by your site, bookmarking it first,
Right.
long before they're actually saying to you.
Right.
Not everyone's in a purchasing position at that moment. It's like in the back of their mind, they're like, oh, I do need this, but I'm not dealing with that today, so let me just bookmark this. And any CEOs, but 3 weeks later, oh yeah, I did need to go check that.
Yeah, which is, again, does that really happen when there are thousands of people on there, right? And this is one thing I say all the time. Followers mean nothing. It's really nothing. Because even when you follow someone, it's 1 in a million you see their content. Only 10% of your followers see your content. So, because you always, even on your Instagram, you'll see suggested. It's not really the people you follow. Unless you on purpose go and watch somebody's content, you'll keep seeing that person's content every now and then. But other than that, suggested, so followers mean nothing. And also, who cares how many followers you have? Unless those are the right followers, quality followers. I always say, let's say I'm selling like the curly hair cream, right? Who cares if my bald grandfather is following me and seeing that? He doesn't care, right? I need curly hair people to follow me so that they can buy my curly hair cream, right? So that's why it doesn't matter how many followers I have. And I have clients who, like one of my clients who only had 53 followers, and we were helping her make $12,000 a month from that one account, only with 53 followers. So it doesn't matter, right? As long as you have the right audience and you have the right strategies, you can still make money from the right people watching your account. If you have the right offer, if you have the right strategies, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, right. Like if the entertainment content isn't really giving you any leads, then you're just spending you're wasting money making entertainment content. Like, yeah, you've got followers, but none of those people are buying.
Exactly.
Unless you're trying to build a social media empire.
Exactly.
It's not really.
And the whole follower thing comes from the influencers, right? People see the influencers with millions of followers selling things through like affiliate and whatnot, and they think, oh, that's how they're making money. Not necessarily. People don't really make money by selling one product from $10 product. They make money from different revenues, right? If there's an influencer who has like millions of followers, they're not really making money from the views only or from one product. They're making money from multiple different brand deals, multiple different affiliate links. They have a digital product. They have maybe another thing that they sell, a bigger high ticket offer that they sell. There's so many different revenues that they have. So it's not necessarily that just, oh, I have a $10 product and I'm going to sell it to millions. You got to do big box for that, right? It doesn't really work like that. So that's why people have such a misconception thinking, oh, I'm going to have a $10 product and I'm going to sell it on social media to millions. Not really. You still got to have a value ladder of some sort. So, but yeah, so this is what before some of the like all-in-one platforms we used to have, this is what it used to look like. This is how we used to manage social media with a bunch of different platforms, bunch of different people, bunch of different processes. It was like, woo, all the things. But now that we have AI and some of our platforms that are all-in-one, we're able to manage it a lot better. So this is just to show you invisible backend and some of the touch points that used to look like. So, awareness stage, right? When we first start the awareness stage, the top stage on social media, this is where we want to talk about how-tos, tips, mistakes, and myths, and things like that. And on the awareness stage, what we want to tell people is what they don't know and the mistakes they're making, right? This is where we want to make them aware of, hey, this is what you don't know, and these are the mistakes you're making, right? Yes, how-tos are important, but the way you tell them how-tos are by making them aware of the mistakes they're making and by letting them know what they don't know, right? Because how-to is everywhere. How-to is on Google, how-to is on YouTube, how-to is on courses, right? And then what we want to do here on social media, we want to bring people from social media to our email list somehow, because on social media, like we said, we don't know who sees our content unless we're running ads now, because if we're running ads, we have the data, right? That's why we're running ads, so that we can follow the data, we can keep track of it. But if we're not running ads, all of that is going to air. We can't track anything. We don't know who's seeing our content. So in order to track it, we want to get their information. So either email or phone number. Now, of course, we can get their phone number too, but we want to either get them into our email list or our phone list somehow. So in order to do that, what can we do? We got to give them a free piece of valuable content in exchange of their email address or phone number. So then what do? We create maybe an ebook or a PDF or a checklist, something like that, right? And say, hey, if you want this, go to this link, give your email or phone number, and download this. Now here's what's important. A couple of things I'm going to mention. Before, not very long time ago, but we used to say on our content, we used to give a tip or whatever, right? And then we said, go to the link in my bio and download this. Now, even doing that is too much for people, right? Because attention span is really that short, and making people take action is really that hard. So now we're started saying, either comment with this keyword and I'll, send you the link, or DM me this keyword and I'll send you the link, right? You can either do that, or you can find people who are your ideal client and send them DMs and try to give them that thing so that you can get their email address. But also, here's the most important thing. Just giving something for free is not going to work. Why? Because number one, you don't want just freebie seekers. Number two, it needs to be aligned with your offer, right? Because what you're giving, if it's not aligned with your offer, how are you going to move that person from getting that thing in the email to booking an appointment with you if it's not aligned? First of all, that person needs to, and think of it this way, sometimes we do sign up for things that are free, or sometimes, I'm guilty for this, I even buy courses, pay money and buy courses, I don't even open it and use it sometimes, it happens. But sometimes we sign up for something for free, we don't even open it. Now, if I don't open that thing and use it, how will I know your value? How will I know that you actually give results, you do something good? How will I know to book an appointment with you, right? So that's why what you give needs to be something really useful for me so that it drives me to open that thing and use it. Number two, if I forget about that thing, or if it's not the right time for me to open and use it right then and there, then you need to have an automated system for me to say, bug me and say, hey, did you open it? Did you use it? Did you open it? Did you use it? But also a very good copy in your email to make me understand why I should be using that thing, right? Because that freebie needs to solve a problem for me. Everything you're doing in your content needs to solve a specific problem, a little problem, so that I can move through this funnel, right? It's because it's a buyer's journey, right? That funnel, it's a journey for me. If I don't take action within that funnel, I'm not gonna get anywhere. I'm not gonna book a call with you. So in order to make me move through that funnel, what should you say to me and what you should give to me for me to use it and keep moving through? Now, one thing I always say is that the best, what we call lead magnet, these freebies, best thing to give is the first step of your solution, right? Whatever is your solution, that, the problem you solve, basically, your offer, what is that first step? That could be your lead magnet. Sometimes, let's say you're like a therapist, right? It could be an assessment. Or maybe you have a SaaS product, right? Again, it could be an assessment, or it could be a 7-day trial, or whatever it is, right? What is the first thing? Could it be questions? Could it be a survey? Or could it be something that they can do right then and there and fix something? Small, very small. So think of those things. What can it be? Don't give them, and a lot of people think about giving an ebook, long ebook. Don't do that. If it's gonna be an ebook, it needs to be very digestible, very, very digestible. Anything you give has to be very digestible because nobody is gonna sit there and read a 20-page ebook, right? Again, think of attention span. Think of digestibility. So those are very important things to move people through. Okay, offer valuable resources to capture email addresses, yes. So here now, once we have these people in our email list, because we know they now signed up for this free thing, and we know that these people are relevant because our free thing was aligned with our offer. We know that these people signed up for this free thing because they have a need for our solution. They're all relevant people. And now that they gave us their email address, we now have consent to send them our content. And now we know they're gonna see our content, right? If we send them emails. Now we have control over it. We know who's gonna see the emails. But we're not gonna send them newsletters, right? That's a no-no. At this day and age, doing a newsletter is a no-no, right? Unless it is a very targeted and specific newsletter, right? If you're signing up for something like a very targeted. Let's say, as a marketer, I have a couple of resources that I have signed up as a newsletter because I know they're very trustable resources, and I know they're not gonna send me any promotion. They're only gonna send me very, very important marketing updates, and they're not just fluff. You know, so if it is some resource like that, okay. But there are very few, you know, like you will know your own industry's top resources to do that. But if you're just a regular company just starting out, don't do newsletters. Once these people sign up for your, what we call lead magnet, this freebie, you wanna send a welcome sequence, a nurture sequence, that is, again, strategic, just a few emails to build a relationship, to nurture those people and explain them your value. You're not gonna pitch them about your company. You're not gonna pitch them about yourself. You're just gonna give them value so that these people can be like, oh, like, is this person can give me this much value for free? What would happen if I actually paid them, right? And they'll see, oh, they're not just sending me, you know, ridiculous newsletters with a bunch of promo. That's good, right? They're not just bugging me. So, and then once you show your value, then you're gonna ask them to book a call with you. So here, the desire stage here. Now, the awareness was social media. We gave them how-tos, we educated them, we showed them what they didn't know, the mistakes they're making. Here in the interest stage, we now have them in our email list. And here, what we're doing is, we're telling them, so here, the mistakes you're making, what you didn't know. Here, what to do instead, right? And here, we're gonna talk about what would happen if you stop making this mistake, and what would happen if you do the right thing, so that we can create the desire. We're now telling them about, this is the transformation you're gonna get if you do the things I'm telling you to do, and if you stop making the mistakes you're making here. Right? So now you're creating desire here. But at this stage, you're now sending them emails, you're now sending them maybe DM messages because they're on your social media too. You're now sending them probably SMS messages if they're on, if you have their phone numbers, right? Because you need to create a lot of touch points. Remember the touch points? Because we have to nurture them now. Because now they have our consent. I mean, we have their consent. They can get our content. They're now used to us. We built the relationship. And then we can ask them to, hey, book a call with us. Let me help you. This is the time, because now you need to learn how to do these things, and you need me for the how to. Because what to do is available everywhere. You need to pay me to help you with the how to, right? If you think about it, as a marketing strategist, right, everything I'm teaching people is available on Google, is available on YouTube, is available on ChatGPT, everywhere. Everything I'm telling you right now. But my clients still struggle with doing it themselves. Not that because they don't know, they know. But they need me for the execution part of it. They need me for the application part of it. They need me for the how to.
You need someone that does it every day because they're going to be able to do it the most efficiently. You can do everything yourself, but how much is your time worth? You almost always save money if you have an expert do it.
Yeah.
Because you're going to spend twice as long.
Yeah. And again, and also, knowing what to do doesn't mean that you can apply it. You can apply the information, right? A lot of the times, especially in our business, we tend to overthink it when it comes to our business. So a lot of the times we need someone to come and see it from outside and see our bottlenecks and kind of navigate that through. And in marketing, it's even harder to do, of course. But it's like that for everybody's solution, right? When you have your own solution, you can tell, even if you teach it to someone, they're not going to be able to apply it like how you apply it for them.
No, they have to go learn from their mistakes.
Exactly. So that's why. So this is, again, what you don't know, your mistakes. This is what to do. This is your transformation, right? What's going to happen when you stop doing the mistakes, and what's going to happen when you start doing the right thing. And this is, come, let's do it together. I'll show you how to do it. That's the little funnel for you. Yep, action stage right here. And this is encourage action by nurturing them to book a call and confirm appointments automatically. And so here's the thing. When they come here, right, from desire stage to action stage, this is where we're telling them now. Come, book an appointment with me, or buy my thing. Sometimes you don't book an appointment. Sometimes you ask them to buy your thing, right? It could be. You don't always do the sales through an appointment. At that point, you need to qualify your leads. How do you qualify your leads? Are these the right people? Do they have the money? Do they have objections, right? This can be an automated process too, because sometimes if you're doing sales through calls, sometimes they don't show up. First, you got to make sure they show up. That is going to happen through the automated process, telling them, hey, show up, either through SMS, emails, whatnot. That, of course, increases show rates. But sometimes they show up and they're like, oh, I don't have the money. Oh, it's not the right time. Oh, I got to ask my partner, and all of these things. And then you're like, well, you didn't know you had money by the time you got to this call, right? So you want to qualify them before the call. And a lot of times, it's not that they didn't have money. It's because they don't see the value. Because at the end of the day, everybody has money. If you have a laptop, if you have a smartphone, you do have money. We all have money for whatever we're looking for, unless we're homeless. I mean, hopefully not. But it's because we don't see the value. It's because the objections are not handled correctly, right? So what we want to do in digital marketing is we want to handle those objections and show the value before these people get on a call, or before these people go into the cart. So if we are doing the sales through a sales page, that sales page need to handle the objections. Or if we're selling it through a funnel like that, the email sequences, the SMS automation that is going out to them need to handle all of those objections before they get to the sale or before they get to the cart, right? So that they're already sold, all the objections are handled. So that's how we're going to set up the automation, make sure the copy is right. I'm a copywriter by trade. That's during my internship, I became a direct response copywriter. That's how I learned strategy, really. That's where the strategy came from. And the most important thing is really how you say what you're supposed to say to people, right? And that depends on knowing your ideal client very well. Because how I communicate my message to, I don't know, 25-year-old Jenny that, I don't know, goes to UNLV is completely different than 65-year-old Mary that lives in Alabama and taking care of her grandchildren, right? So knowing your ideal client is going to be different because the way I'm going to communicate them is going to be different. Their objections are going to be different. Their interests are going to be different.
You know what information you provide them, honestly?
Yeah, the information you provide and the way you speak to them. So that's why the email sequence you sent to one is going to be completely different. Or the email sequence I sent to a tech company's clients are going to be different than I don't know, a beauty products clients, right? Although I'm going to be nurturing them all, right? Although the product may be different, the way I'm going to be talking to them is going to be different. So that's why it's very important what you write and how you write those things to nurture them. And yeah, so the full journey here, crafting personalized customer journey with multiple touch points used to demand too much time, money, tech, and complex integrations. We used to use, right, a CRM tool, an email tool, like I said earlier, for social media, scheduling tool, an editing tool, a calendar tool, a project management tool, survey tool, SMS automation, a DM automation, all of these tools here. And then we would integrate all of these together, right? There was a platform for every single thing, and then we would integrate these together. And then, first of all, clients used to pay for each tool subscription, and then we would integrate them. And then if one link of the chain breaks, you lose the whole necklace, right? And then it would be like, oh, our system is down, our system is down. It's down because one of the platforms is just not functioning. That's why it's down. So now we do have platforms that are all in one, and it looks like this. Like in my agency, we created a platform that is just all in one, and what is happening? It just, like one platform, and it does all of these things, and you don't have to integrate them. Power of AI. Yes. So that's why it's a great thing. But because there's more and more and more and more things happening, right? So you got to be able to manage all of these things from one platform. It makes it easier for everyone. They don't have to pay multiple different subscriptions. They can just pay one subscription. We don't have to worry about integration, and they can do it that way. Because, of course, doing all of these things manually is even more of a nightmare. Because, for instance, let's say just the DM automation or SMS automation, we used to create a workflow. We used to assign virtual assistants to do it manually all day long, send DM messages all day long. Now we don't have to do that because we have automation platforms. But think about doing it manually. Because in order to get one reply, you need to send at least 10 DMs. It's all 10% down conversion rate, right? You got to send 100 DMs for 10 people to reply. Out of those 10 people, only one of them probably gonna sign up for your freebie. So doing that manually takes so long, and that's why you need automation. That's why you need these platforms.
I feel like you're lucky if you get 10%. I feel like that's high. I feel like it normally is less, right?
It again, depends on what you're saying.
That's true.
Depends on what you're saying. That's very important too. So, and that's what we do, lots of automation with clients, but a lot of times they'll show us, oh, we've been, DMing, we've been sending email automation, DM automation, and I'll be like, let me see what you're sending. We just got to scratch it off and start it again.
Yeah, you're like, nobody gives a shit about this. Like, what? Write a human message, please.
Yeah, so it's a lot of times what you're saying. And then once we change that, we see a huge increase. And then, of course, you got to do some A/B testing. But because, of course, there's an advantage of me being a copywriter. But once you see the increase, you can, make it increase more and more and more. We see about 40% increase from the first time we changed the copy. And then with A/B testing, we changed the increase to like 60% and so on. But there are also For instance, depends on which platform as well, right? Facebook and Instagram is easy because there are lots of different automation platforms, and it's easy to use automation platforms on Facebook and Instagram. LinkedIn is very picky with automation platforms. There's only one single automation platform that LinkedIn allows you to have, and that's a platform that we're white labeling next month or in March. And that's because it's on Microsoft and Azure platform. And that one finds the most likely people that will reply to you. Like they find the percentage of like 90% or so. Of course, you set up the criteria of the type of business, the title, and then it finds like the 90% people who will reply to you like 90% or higher, and then it does the automation. So the highest conversion rate. So that's like a amazing tool because you know you'll get the highest replies. So those are great tools to use. Of course, if you're a B2B, LinkedIn is great. But once you find those type of tools, then it works great. But then again, of course, you got to know what to say to make it perform. Once you get a reply, how are you going to get them to your email list, right? Replying is okay, but how are you going to actually build that relationship? So, yeah. Any questions?
Who does this really well?
Who does it really well?
Yeah.
What part?
The whole funnel that you described. Is there a company or someone who does it just really well?
My company does it really well. There are some companies, depending on your industry, of course. I mean, I'm not trying to brag, but we have a really good conversion rate, especially on B2B side of it. We do B2B service-based businesses. We don't do product or e-commerce, but on the B2B side of it, we have a very good conversion rate. But I can, depending on what your industry is, I can recommend you some other agencies, definitely.
Sorry, just following on this question, and out of curiosity, from a B2C perspective, looking at Vegas, maybe including hospitality or gaming, what company do you think actually does this well?
I can refer you to a couple of companies. Send me an email. I'll refer you to a couple. Gaming especially, I have a couple of companies that I can refer you to. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What do you do?
Consulting, food and beverage.
Consulting? Business consulting? For gaming and hospitality?
Across the board.
Okay. Yeah. I'll refer you to a couple. How about you? What do you do?
I work in enterprise software doing revenue analytics.
Revenue management?
Revenue management hotels and casinos.
Okay. Yeah. B2B, of course, yeah. Okay. How about you?
I'm a creative director. I started my own small agency like that a couple years ago. So when you were like, oh, like, I'm a copywriter, I'm like, oh, I do love that. Yeah. And I'm always pushing to like bring everything up in human language because I mean you can tell when anybody reads any content if it sounds like bullshit, if there's no value to it, and so I'm just always trying to coach my clients on looking appropriate and sounding appropriate and using the right words. And I mean that's what I do. I filter their brand or value prop and I try to surface it in a like I design and develop websites as well.
Yeah. And here's the thing, like a lot of people started going the AI route, which we do too, but not on the content creation that much, right? Because if I just write if I just write copy with AI and slap it on there, it doesn't perform. Or if I just create AI, like the videos and images only with AI and slap it on there, it doesn't perform.
No,
we still have to humanize it.
Yeah, you can use the AI to surface content points, but you still have to go and fix the copy that it writes.
Exactly. So like there are there are, for instance, white label platforms that, push out content. And there are agencies that work with those type of platforms. And, we do have the platforms that can do that. I mean, we have our own platform that can do that. But when you test it, it doesn't perform. Now, if you want brand awareness content, just because you want content on your platform, just to make it, just because you want content on your platform, just to keep it running, yes, of course, then yeah, we'll do that. But if you want to generate leads, then I'm not going to give you that content, knowing that it's not going to perform, right? So then there are clients who want, more, they're like, okay, we can't afford that. We want cheaper content and we just want content. Okay, we'll give you that. But we got to let you know, don't expect leads or conversions from this content. And that's the thing, some of the agencies really don't give that expectation and start pushing out that content. And that's when the clients come and say, hey, we're not getting any sales or clients because of that reason. So we got to have that expectation when we're given that content.
Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier about SEO. So there's different, making SEO rich landing page content is a different thing than making lead generation content.
If you wanted to index and rank, you have to humanize SEO content. It can't be over 30% AI for SEO to perform. Yeah. So I mentor some agencies, like I said, and we started hiring SEO writers when first AI started, and we realized they're all writing it with AI now. And when we put it on AI checkers, almost 100% AI, and we're like, it's not going to perform. What are you doing? We could have written that too. Because when I ask for the content, I write it very specifically. I mean, I put H1, H2, H3, and I give them very specific instructions. My instructions are this long, almost longer than the article. And I'm thinking, well, if I give you this type of instructions, I could have given this to AI and written it, right? So that's when, for a few months, we were going back and forth saying, no, you can't write it on AI. So it took a while to do that. But yeah, you have to make sure that it is a human writing it if you want SEO to index and rank, definitely. That's the catch-22 with AI. Of course, it makes it easier and faster for us, but it's still got to be us.
Yeah, I mean, anybody who's ever tried to generate a nice image with AI knows that you have to sit there and ask it and ask it and ask it and ask it, refine it, and then you probably still have to edit it afterwards.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing, people I think forget that with copy, right? They're like, oh, the words are all there. Yeah, kinda,
yeah.
The topics are all there, but really read it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the word, right.
So an example, one of the masterminds I'm in, I was gonna teach a segment, and I gave them the exact title and the description. And the admin person came back and said, can I say how to master the sales of AI platform or something like that? And I was like, no, that is so not what I said, because they put that through ChatGPT, and I'm thinking, no, what I am talking about, what I had said to them was how to show the importance of how to use this platform to new business owners. It was something very specific. And then they came up and said, how to master the sales of the platform. And I said, this is not describing what I said to you at all. Because if you say how to master sales, there's so many things that go into that, right? I said, think about it. If you were to create a course of how to master sales, and if you were to break that down, there are so many things that go into that. And what I'm teaching is just one little part of it, right? So when you put it on ChatGPT, you get such generic things unless you know what you're asking for.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, sometimes I just want to ask people, did you actually read this before you sent it to me?
yes.
It's so obvious that it's not, like you can answer this if you just read it. I have a question for you. So,
Sure.
what was the original title of this session that you just gave? It was something to do with
How to get clients and how to get leads from social media and book appointments.
with AI.
With AI.
So how is AI being used in the platform? Like if it's not, I mean, we're discussing generative AI to make content, but how, on the technical side, how is AI being used to? I'm assuming it is in the integrations portion of all of the systems in your platform, right?
Yeah, it is. So the platform is an end-to-end platform. It starts from the content creation all the way to literally booking the appointment. You can create the content, schedule it, post it. It sends the DMs automatically. It creates the link for the freebie that you're gonna give. When people DMs you, it automatically starts talking to people because it's generative AI and it already knows from your website, from the like the deliverables you have, it already knows how to conversate with people through the DMs or SMSs. And then when people come into your email list, of course, the whole funnel of sending the emails and communicating with them, it already knows how to qualify people through the surveys before they get on a call with you, how to handle those objections when they ask those questions, or generating those emails, depending on the objections. Depending on the offer, of course, it already knows how to handle the objections. And yeah, booking the call, making sure that they're not no-showing and qualifying them. So it's basically doing all of those things. Or if you have like a course, or if you're getting them into the membership portal, doing the onboarding and all of those things. And then moving them through the pipeline. Right? Like if you already have a pipeline, it already moves them through the pipeline depending on their status there. So it's just so many different things.
You are in a position where you have to have a conversation with this person, that it's very likely that it's not going to be a dead-end conversation.
Exactly.
You're going to have some intel on what content they've already digested, how far they've gone on.
Exactly.
You're going to be able to say, hey, look, I see you, this is what you're looking for, or whatever. Okay.
Exactly. So the good part is it almost works like a marketing and sales department for you in an automated way.
At least all the mechanical communication.
Yes.
The law
Definitely.
message back and forth. Did you check out this?
And it has also other AI features where it can help you create the content as well. Like there's additional features.
Like recommendations?
Yes.
Like topics to put in your...
Yes, it can be. It can write the copy for you. It can create the images for you if you want to use those features. Or it can create the workflow for you, like the funnel. It can suggest, if you just type in, I want to create this type of funnel, maybe like a demo funnel, or maybe a webinar funnel, right? You can just type in and say, I want to create a webinar funnel, and you do this and that, It starts creating the entire funnel for you. Oh, this is the page. This is the landing page. This is the thank you page. This is the webinar sign up page. This is the emails you need. It starts creating it for you without you having to hire a strategist for that. So a lot of different functions like that. It has conversation AI in it. It has voice AI in it. If they call you, you have your own voice assistant that can talk to people. And again, that's generative AI. There's a person talking to you, answering those questions. There's the live chat. Someone can act as a help desk and talk to them, which is the bot again, those type of things. So lots of different.
Does it create the landing How, in order for it to stay consistent with the brand of the rest of the site, like is the whole site and the design scheme and the style sheets and everything built into the platform? So
Yeah.
like the website has to be built within the platform, basically, right? It's not going to like interface with a WordPress site or something like that, right? It's all
You can integrate the WordPress, yeah. Yeah. But you can create a website, you can create the funnels, or you can integrate to WordPress. There's multiple different things you can do.
And then, so if you are integrating with an external site, so this is the realm I live in, is like brand consistency, right? Especially after I've designed someone like a beautiful site with, you know, great user interface, and they want to use a tool, and they're like, oh, I want to build up my own landing pages and stuff like that. And I'm always like, okay, but like if you're going to use it, don't make a different experience for the user. You don't want to feel like they've gone to a third-party site.
Right.
It's all schlocky now, you know?
Yeah.
So is there like a part of the interface where like you build out like sections of just a landing page so it looks the same and has its own subdomain, or like?
You can integrate multiple domains if you want.
Okay.
You can use multiple domains on there. But integration is seamless. Like you can make it look like just one website all in one. If you talking about WordPress integration?
Like anywhere. I mean, like I build websites on, you know, like HubSpot or WordPress or
Yeah.
Shopify. Or,
There's Shopify integration too, if you want to do that. You can actually create your own e-commerce portion of it on there too. You don't even need Shopify, technically.
Nice.
Yeah, so, but like we have clients who already have a WordPress website, and we just integrate that. Their funnels are on there and WordPress on there too, but you wouldn't know which one is which.
Right.
As a person who's, like if you're coming on the website from outside, you wouldn't know which one's which. It looks like everything is in one thing.
That's ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of times like there'll be a limitation where you're using a new tool, it's able to make the landing page, but you don't have full customization control. And so you're like, oh, like this is a nice looking page, but it doesn't look like my site.
That's exactly, and just to get over that hump, that's why we have this platform, because of that reason. Sometimes it's like, this looks like a different platform, this looks like a different platform, what's happening, right?
So do you have like designers or developers on staff that will like match someone's site?
Sure,
Make sure
they can do that.
when that happens, like when you have a new client and you're blah, 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 they're setting all this stuff up, or is there like, I'm like way in the weeds here and how this works, sorry. But
They can do that, yeah, they can mirror it. They can do that, definitely. It makes it a lot easier.
yeah, well,
Definitely.
yeah, I'm just wondering how like,
I can demo it to you one day if you want.
yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be cool. I'm trying to think of like the different user perspectives, right? You have someone who's like not a design expert, but they want to come in and have this stuff made. They want to integrate it with their site. Like how much can the platform do on its own versus having someone come in and manually set it up for them? I'm always like in that place where like somebody has to manually come in and set this up.
Also, there's already built-in automations, templated automations.
Yeah.
So if you want, you can just go in there and change the pictures in the copy, and it's already there for you. You can do that too, instead of doing it from scratch. So even the client can do that. You know what I mean? If you don't want to do it from scratch. So.
Very cool.
Yeah.
How long like was the development roadmap for this platform?
So about
It's ongoing. Everything's ongoing, but like
about a year. What we did is we white labeled one portion and we built in our own features on it,
gotcha.
on top of it. So it is, and all the templates and automations and everything we built on top of it. So
There's a technical partnership.
oh yeah, definitely, because otherwise it would be, whew.
That's what I was wondering. Like, it's a pretty robust platform. Like how long?
It is.
How long does this thing take to build?
It is. We did it with a group of AI people and marketers, so it's a collaborative effort. Otherwise, it would be way too expensive and way too long. But yeah, we're so proud of it.
Yeah, one of my clients is building a new platform for like tutoring businesses, and he's doing his own now, and he's going to sell the white label platform out. So I'm just
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a great thing to have such a thing, definitely.
yeah.
That's a great solution. And the thing, when we calculated, it would be that clients would pay about $1,400 a month for each subscription separately. Now they're paying $97 a month. That's it.
Wow.
So that's a huge deal too.
Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah, that made a huge difference.
And so, what do you have like a bunch of ancillary ad hoc services where like professionals will come in and help? Like you're paying a subscription for the platform, but now you have all these.
That's it. $97 is it. That's it. You don't pay more.
Come on, I need more help. Like, what can you?
No, they don't pay anything else on top of it. $97 is it. Well, usage fee they pay, like SMS usage fee.
Sure.
They pay that, of course. Or
Content creation and all
for
sorts of
emails.
stuff like.
For implementation, yes, we charge for implementation if they don't want to do it themselves, of course. But just for the platform, they pay $97 a month. If they want unlimited AI features, like unlimited SMS, unlimited email, like the usage ones, then they pay $127 a month. It's unlimited everything. But then they can, like SMS normally with like segments, they pay per segment. I don't know if you know how SMS works for usage. Normally they pay by segment, like whenever there's an SMS campaign. But when they do unlimited for $127, you can pay, you can send thousands of SMSs unlimited. So that makes it better for those who use SMS automation.
Right.
Or if they have like thousands of leads in their system and sending lots of email campaigns, it makes it, of course, a lot cheaper for them. But those are the only fees they pay. They don't pay anything else. Yeah. It made it so much better for them, definitely.
And then so like for your agency, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you'll get them on this platform, and then you'll sell like your retainer and your whatever. Like,
Yeah, if they want the management, if they want the implementation, then yeah, of course. Then they'll pay us those for, either monthly management
yeah, I'm sure
or
like hands-on
implementation.
creative work, right? Is like
Yeah,
that's different.
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, let's talk. I'll demo it to you. Any other questions? All right. This is, hold on. This is my information. I thought I was on that screen already, sorry. Send me an email. Connect with me on LinkedIn. And please become an SBDC client. We have lots of resources for you that you can take advantage of. And if you need any resources from me, let me know. I have lots of different deliverables I can send you. So let me know. And if you want to see our platform, I can definitely demo it for you. Let me know. And please come to AI Essentials class. Did you take a picture of that? How to sign up, the AI class? Okay.
Teaching our class.
Yes. Mhm.
Oh, I signed up. Good.
Oh, awesome. Awesome, yes. Yeah. And that's at Blackfire. Have you guys seen Blackfire before? Okay. You should come. Definitely. Yeah, come become an SBDC client. I'll show you Blackfire too. You'll like it. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for coming.